Thanks, John. It looked fun even in the rain there, and it looks like some of the rain was letting up for him. All right, well, now we're going to go over to Laura.
It's Trial Tuesday, and we're talking about last week's verdict in Pennsylvania's Jerry Sandusky case, and our friend David Aylor is here to break it all down for us.
Laura,
You gonna do that?
it's great to be here. It's great to be here on our final time together.
I know. This is our last one, David.
I've really enjoyed my time with you.
Are you doing this right now?
I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, David. We appreciate it. All right, so on to business. We actually had a viewer question in regards to Jerry Sandusky. Why wasn't he found guilty on all counts is the first question, David. And then why did his adopted son not get on the stand? And then it seems that it would have made it easier to convict him. I guess he's saying if his son did get on the stand. That's Terry from Charleston. We appreciate your question. So if you can answer those for us, David.
Yeah, those are great questions. He was originally charged with, I believe, over the 48 counts. They dropped a couple of the charges, so it ended up being 48 counts that went to the jury, and they convicted him of 45. And what that shows you is that jury was very meticulous on looking at each and every charge that they were going to convict him of. Many times in a crime situation, a crime trial, if you will, in a criminal case, someone will be charged with a multitude of things, and they may only be convicted of one or none or 2 out of 5, and the reason is each separate charge has its own, basically guidelines that the jury has to look at compared to the facts.
Okay.
The judge is the trier of law, the jury is the trier of facts. If they can't match the facts from what they've heard and make that judgment that matches that specific charge, then they're going to find the person not guilty on those charges. So there's 3 charges within those 48 that they could not find him guilty on for whatever reason.
And, a lot of times people will say, it doesn't seem like it should have taken them that long to deliberate on it. It seems like it was an open and shut case. But as you're saying, as you're explaining to us now, they have to go through each one of those carefully.
Absolutely. And what you also got to remember is this is someone's life. No matter what the public perception of Jerry Sandusky is or anyone else that's charged with some sort of horrendous crime, those jurors have to have that on their conscience that they're putting this person away for a very long time. In this situation, most likely the rest of his life. And so each charge, it's their job in society when you're picked as a juror to really look at it specifically. They got to take outside of all the outside opinions and just look what goes on in that courtroom. So yes, and I heard some interviews from some of the jurors, they truly did look at each charge and say yes or no after discussion and a true analysis on it.
Yeah. Okay. So now that he has been found guilty, I've been reading reports that it could take up to 3 months for him to be sentenced. Why would it take that long?
Well, it's different in every state. It's different in the federal system as well. And the reason that is there's going to be a number of factors that will come in, like victim impact statements. Also, there'll be statements on his behalf, from family, friends, people in the community, that sort of thing. The judge is going to weigh all that information compared with what the guidelines will be for all those charges. But ultimately, the decision will come down to what the judge puts all together when he considers everything.
So all of that can happen after the trial? Like his wife and other people can be interviewed after the trial is over?
Make a statement or put in a letter on his behalf, that sort of thing.
Wow.
And the judge considers all that on both sides, whether it be from the victim or people in support of the person. Looking at what they've done in the community as opposed to also from a victim standpoint, how it's damaged these people, their families, and that sort of thing. In regards to the son, quickly, I know we're running out of time. The reason that he didn't testify is because, from what I understand, when he spoke to the grand jury, he said that nothing inappropriate had ever happened. So if he then got up on the stand, and from also, I believe he was actually sitting with his family on his, or at least on his father's side at the beginning of the trial. So if he'd have gotten up with the prosecutors, on the prosecutor's case rather, and started, making statements, he really could have been, held perjury. Simply because he was under oath when he said nothing had happened, and now he's, changing his story. And beyond that, from a prosecutorial standpoint, you don't want to put any witness up that's going to come across incredible, particularly if they've already made one statement under oath and now they're going to make something completely different.
There you go. Well, Terry, we hope that we answered your question. David Aylor, thank you so much for being with us.
I've enjoyed my time with you.
Thanks, David. All right, next on Low Country Live, from the beach to the bar, Amanda Rosen is here with hot summer looks that won't break the bank. Stay with us.